Hello, my friends. Johnny Dumas here, and welcome to the weekly webinar engine. Listen, this is day one of a 30-day course. It's going to get you to where you need to be to run a weekly webinar to actually make sales for your products, for your services, for your coaching, for your mastermind, for fill in the blank, whatever that might be. And guess what? This is not for everybody. Not everybody is going to want to run a weekly live webinar. Not everybody's going to want to make this happen. And I get it. I just know that for those people that want to make this happen, this is going to crush it for you. For 8 years in a row, I ran a live weekly webinar for Podcasters Paradise, which is the biggest course and community on podcasting in the world, teaching people how to create, grow, and monetize their podcast. The reason why that won at such a high level, we did over 8 figures in sales, is guess what? We ran a weekly live webinar every single week. And we never stopped because that's where the sales were made. Everybody wants to have these images in their mind of like this passive income that's going to come in of, just recording one webinar one time and turning it on evergreen and just running ads to that. I'm telling you, I've interviewed over 5,000 individuals, entrepreneurs, successful business owners with my podcast, Entrepreneurs on Fire, over 14 years. That's not how it works. That's not how it happens. People sell live. It's live. People want to be in the flesh. They want to ask you questions. You can answer those questions. We're going to be getting into all these things. I don't want to go on too big of a rant here, but I just want you to know that I'm creating this course because it works, because it's worked for me. I'm going back into this because I can't wait to just have a lot of fun doing weekly live webinars myself, because that's where you get to just hone your skills, engage with your best customers and potential customers, make sales, make improvements, pivots, adjustments. And, of course, we do it all with HighLevel. I am the global ambassador for HighLevel. I think HighLevel is your one-stop shop for everything you need when it comes to running live webinars, courses, communities, emails, your checkout pages, everything in the middle. I mean, there's nothing that HighLevel doesn't do, and they're getting better every single day. So that I love this company, HighLevel, and this is one of the major reasons why I'm creating something like this, so that I can show people how to utilize HighLevel in a weekly webinar engine that we'll be getting into right now. So without any further ado, let's dive on in. I'm going to actually hit the present screen here and talk about the weekly webinar engine. And this is module 1. Let's get into this right now. Okay. Day 1, your profitable revenue engine. And we're talking about the difference between noise and revenue. That's the whole focus right here, right now. Welcome to day 1. And here we are. This is where we're going to be going through your profitable revenue engine, because listen, you're not here to build a webinar. You are here to build a repeatable revenue engine based on you delivering a solution to not a fake problem, but a real problem. So please remember this one truth. People will beat a path to the doorstep of the number one solution to their real problem, and they will ignore the second best solution all the way till infinity. It's fact. So this is why most webinars fail. Most webinars fail because they start with a topic, because they start with an interest, because they start with a passion. They don't start with a real problem worth paying to solve. And that's what we're going to make sure that you do with your weekly webinar engine. We're going to make sure that you have a real problem that you're solving that is worth paying to solve. So listen, passion is not enough. A lot of people are just like, I just love this. I'm so passionate about this. You can love a topic. You can be great at a topic, and you can still make $0. I've seen this time and time again, for 14 years of running Entrepreneurs on Fire since 2012. I mean, that's what's called a hobby. Revenue comes from relief to a pain, not from enthusiasm. Like you need to have enthusiasm. That needs to be part of it, but that's not the only thing that you can have. It has to come from you bringing relief to somebody's pain. Somebody has pain, you bring relief. You have a tooth that's rotting and aching. I don't know why I came up with this random example top of mind, but a dentist is going to relieve that pain by pulling and extracting that tooth. And guess what? You will beat a path to the doorstep of the best dentist you hear about to do that. And that's what I'm going to create for you, is people have real pains in their life, physical, emotional, mental, financial, fill in the blank. You're going to create a real solution to relieve that pain. So here's the core question. Before slides, before funnels, before automation, you must answer one simple question. What problem do people need solved that you can uniquely provide? Let me say that one more time. What problem do people need solved that you as an individual can uniquely provide? Gonna cough here for a second. But guess what? We keep going. And that's kind of part of the theme of this, by the way, is when you do live, there's no rewind, there's no editing, like, and that's fine. And by the way, I could edit this if I wanted to, but I'm not going to because I'm just going to go through this in one straight flow because that's what you do live. And that's what people want to see. They want to connect with you. They want to know, like, and trust you. They want to ask you questions that you can then answer in the moments. So here's the profitable expertise filter. This is key. Every successful webinar passes three, not two, three filters. One, what you know. Two, what people already ask you about. And three, what people will pay to solve. So you miss one, the engine stalls, the engine stutters, the engine goes kaput. We're going to make sure you have all three, period, end of story. So here's section one. This is what you know. So this is not theory. This is lived experience. You need to ask yourself, what have I already done successfully? What have I solved in my own life or business? What do people assume I'm, quote unquote, naturally good at? This is key. So skills that are hiding in plain sight. The most valuable knowledge often feels obvious, easy, normal to you. I mean, you are just like, well, duh. Of course I know that. Like, doesn't everybody know that? No, that's not the fact because you probably have knowledge and skills that you've acquired, sometimes subconsciously, sometimes without even knowing, that is so valuable to other people. So that's exactly why others need it. So section two, this is what people ask you about. Follow the questions. When people ask you questions, listen to their questions. Pay attention to the DMs that you get, the emails that you get, the text, the comments. When people say, hey, can I pick your brain? What are they wanting to pick your brain about? Think about this. These questions are demand signals. So here's a little more in-depth here. These aren't just casual inquiries. They are clear indicators that people perceive you as the expert in a specific area. These questions reveal a genuine need or curiosity that isn't being adequately met elsewhere. By paying close attention, you can identify topics where your unique knowledge is most valued and in demand. To recognize and track these signals, consider keeping a simple log. Note down the specific questions asked, the topics they cover, and how frequently they come up. Look for recurring themes or patterns. The more often a particular question arises, the stronger the demand signal. This systematic approach transforms informal queries into actual insights about what the market truly wants from your expertise. So remember this. Patterns beat ideas. One person asking, it's interesting. Okay, that's interesting. Two, 10 people asking, that starts to be a signal, okay? A signal through the noise. And then three, 100 people asking, that's a business. And a lot of people think, is my niche big enough? Like this topic, this pain that I'm solving, is there enough people? You can run the most insanely profitable business if you're solving 100 people's real pain. And I'm going to be showing you, of course, how and why. But I mean, listen, we've all heard, not we have all, but a lot of us have heard about the 1,000 True Fans by Kevin Kelly. That's so true. That's so real. I mean, if you can just aim for 10 fans and then get to 100 and then build that 100 into 1,000, you are going to be just blown away by how great and profitable your business can be. So we build engines on patterns, not on hunches through these conversations. So section three, this is what they will pay to solve. This is the money filter. Not every problem is monetizable. People pay fastest to do what? To make money. Money. Listen, we need to make money. We need to pay our bills, shelter, feed our kids, live life. Like, this is important. Let's recognize that. To save time. That's one thing you can't replace is time. That's the second that just went by a second ago of you watching this and me recording this at some point. Like, I'll never get that second back. You'll never get that second back. So I am making sure that your time is really being utilized in a good way because I am going to be giving you a very valuable system and a very valuable tool. So how do you save people's time? How do you reduce people's stress? People don't want stress. It ruins sleep. It ruins relationships. It ruins your life. Avoid pain. Of course, whenever we have pain, physical, emotional, financial, whatever it might be, how can you help people avoid pain or get relief from pain? And then, of course, gain certainty. Some people are just like, if I can just gain a little certainty. Like, for instance, this is one thing that I'm doing for you now is like, I know deep down, that you have to sell things live. I know that that you have to be able to get in front of a camera or get in front of people in real life and actually say, hey, this is the solution to a real problem that I've created. Here it is. Do you want it? Oh, you don't? Why not? Let me know why, because maybe I can adjust it, I can pivot it, I can tweak it, or maybe it's just how I'm talking about it. And of course, you're going to get better talking about it the more that you actually deliver that pitch, that offer, that solution. And that's going to help, number one, you gain certainty, but number two, your listeners and your potential clients and customers will gain certainty because you will get this nailed down pat. So I'm providing you certainty of following a system that just works. So pain beats curiosity. People don't pay for information. They don't pay for inspiration. They don't pay for motivation. They pay for outcomes. They pay for relief, for shortcuts, for confidence. We're going to give you that in this course. And then, of course, you're going to give that to your customers and clients and whatever your solution is, because that's how the game works. So ask this question. Would someone say, I need help with this now? Or that's interesting, maybe someday. Of course, the latter you don't want to hear. That's not what we're going for. We're going for, I need help with this now. So you need to make sure your offer, your solution is helping them now. And let me go back up to that. Only one builds revenue. Okay. That's interesting. Maybe someday. That doesn't build revenue. I need help with this now. That builds revenue. Okay. Topics don't sell. This is the big shift, okay? Facebook ads, podcasting, AI tools, webinars. These topics don't sell. These are topics, not offers. So again, we're getting specific. Like my offer is not a webinar. My offer is helping you build a weekly webinar engine to put money, dollars in your pocket by making more sales. It's really that simple. So transformation sell, okay? Transformations, they sound like going from confusion to clarity, from scattered to systematic, from inconsistent to predictable, from stuck to moving. People love to move. They love to get moving. People buy from the promise of the final version, not the information. They want that transformation, okay? They want the promise of a final version. I'm giving you in this the promise of the ability and the knowledge and the tools through HighLevel, by the way, which is a great tool. It's the only tool you need to do all of these things and to actually get up, get over your fear. We're all scared of doing things live, of messing up, of looking silly and foolish. Get over that. Get over yourself, because there's bigger things at stake here. Your success, your financial security for your family, for your, like, are you more scared? Honestly, are you more scared of putting out a bad video, of looking a little silly on camera because you're not great at it now, or of not being able to feed your children, or pay for your shelter, or whatever it might be? Like what are you more fearful of? Well, I'm sure you're more fearful of the latter. So you get over yourself. Okay, that's why we always used to call it in my on my podcast the baby effect. I interviewed so many people that their business finally took off when they had a baby, because until then they were scared to do things, because that was like the scariest thing in the world. It's like, I might fail, I might look silly, I might this might not work. To I need to provide for my child. Like there's nothing scarier than not being able to do that for my baby here. They get over themselves and they make those phone calls. They do those webinars. They ask for the sale. They create amazing solutions to real problems. That's the key. So your job is not to teach everything. Your job is to move somebody from 1, before, to 2, after. You take them from before, somebody that doesn't have a weekly webinar engine, who doesn't know how to set it up, who doesn't have the tools or the skill sets, or just like the system or the processes, to after, where you are just waking up every name the day of the week and saying, I have an hour webinar I'm delivering today. I'm going to have 10 people show up to that webinar, and I'm going to just deliver amazing content, amazing value to them. I'm going to give them an amazing offer of the number one solution to a real problem that they have. And then one of them is going to buy, or 3 of them are going to buy. And that's going to be a great week. And then, of course, we grow from there. That's it. So here's the outcome. The day one outcome. By the end of today, you should have this: one clear transformation, not a niche, not a topic, not a brand, a transformation that somebody will pay for. Okay? This is a transformation somebody's going to pay for. I have a simple fill-in framework. This is help who go from what pain to results. So in this scenario, I am helping entrepreneurs go from not making sales to making sales every single week. Like that's that simple. With this system, with the weekly webinar engine, that's what you're going to get. And what are you going to do for your audience, for your customers, for your potential clients? So going back here, if you can't finish that one sentence, you're not ready to build the engine yet. And that's okay, because we're going to get you there. But come on, hit pause or do whatever you need to do. There's a worksheet that comes with this. Go to the worksheet and fill in this framework. So your assignment: write down 3 things you know deeply. Number 2, Three questions people ask you constantly. Number three, problems people would pay to solve. Circle the overlap. Where's the overlap there? And I'll have a little PDF, below of this as well, because it's key for you to write down these things. Three things that you know deeply, three questions that people are always asking you, and three problems that people would pay to solve. Boom. People would pay to solve. Okay. Circle the overlap there. Okay. That's the genius. And then you lock it in. You pick just one. This course is all about focus. And focus is one of my favorite words. People that have listened to Entrepreneurs on Fire over the last, 5,000 plus episodes. I've said this on many of the episodes. Focus. Follow one course until success. Focus creates momentum. Momentum creates money. We're here to make money. We're here to provide solutions to real problems. Period. End of story. You got this. I got this. Let's go, guys. Let's lock it in. Let's focus. Okay. So what's coming tomorrow or whenever you decide to watch number 2? I hope you just keep this momentum going yourself, because let's be honest, what are you waiting for? Tomorrow we turn your transformation into a clear promise, into a compelling hook, into the foundation of your weekly webinar. You now have the raw fuel for tomorrow. We shape it into power. Now we're going to turn this into power. Let's get excited about this. So power your weekly webinar engine, everything you need, one platform, zero duct tape. This is what we're talking about. This is what this course is all about. This weekly webinar engine, it runs best when everything lives in one place. We're talking funnels, landing pages, webinar registrations, reminders, email, SMS follow-up, calendars, bookings, payments, checkout, automations that sell while you sleep. Because again, I'm saying evergreen webinars really don't work. They'll bring in a couple sales here and there. Live webinars are what you need, but you also want to have the systems that are delivering the emails, the reminders, the follow-ups, all these different things. There are absolutely automations you can and should be using. And what's that platform? HighLevel. So become my affiliate. Sign up through my HighLevel affiliate. You're going to get all of these things. You get my bonus stack. If you want to build exactly what we're building in this course, you just go to highlevelfire.com. You'll see my landing page there. You sign up for HighLevel. And guess what? When you sign up using my link, you're going to get my weekly webinar engine bonus stack. This includes a 15-minute strategy call with me. Literally, I'm going to have to be taking this one off at some point because it's going to get too crazy. But I'm doing this now because I want to learn from you. I want my first 100 to really maybe 500 customers for this. And I say customers, I mean, this is all free. I'm giving this to you in return for you becoming my affiliates, or signing up for HighLevel, as my affiliates. I want to talk to you. Like, I want to learn what your real struggles are, your real obstacles and challenges are, because I'm going to make this course better. I'm going to make my whole offer better because of you, because of the first few. But then I'll have to take away this 15-minute call at some point because it's just going to be too much time and bandwidth. But I'm going to have weekly live office hours. You can just jump on a set block of time, probably a couple hours a week, where you can just jump on and ask me questions. I'll just be hanging out on a Zoom call, waiting for people to come on and ask me questions and blah, blah, blah. And even if you don't have specific questions, when you jump onto these live office hour calls, guess what? It's pretty awesome because you're going to get to hear and listen from other people that are maybe asking questions that you didn't even know to ask. And that's going to spark ideas for you. So that's kind of like being part of this like free mastermind. That's a really high level mastermind. So check it out. I've created funnel templates you're going to get access to, which are insane. Just kind of plug and play. Webinar registration and reminder flows, follow-up automations, conversion tested email sequences. And again, the weekly live office hours and support. I had that twice because it's so valuable. It's so important. So definitely check this out. We're having a lot of fun with this course. I'm having a lot of fun with HighLevel. It was great, having a partnership with them. They sponsor every single episode of Entrepreneurs on Fire. They are our featured partner. I'm the global ambassador for HighLevel. I don't work for the company. I'm just their global ambassador. I think their company is amazing. And that's why I'm doing things like this, just to try to help the company, but also, to obviously grow my revenue and to grow my business. And so this is just my way of doing that by giving away amazing free content and just saying, hey, check out HighLevel. It's like a free trial period. Then there's like $97 a month option. And then of course you can upgrade from there if you need to, if you so desire to. So this is the end of module 1. I truly hope you enjoyed it. Again, there's no editing in this whole thing. There was no me going back and doing anything. I just hit the record button. I did it all live in one straight shot just to show you this is the power of live. This is the power of you just getting on and going. Of course, this is a recorded module, but my point is it could have been live because I just haven't done any editing. We don't need this polished, crazy B-roll here, B-roll there. I show you how to do all this stuff just yourself. So easy. You don't need this big team. High Level does all the high lifting for you. AI does a ton for you. I'm utilizing AI so much in this as well. So I'll give you all those tips and tricks. And again, this is all just in return for you becoming an affiliate of mine under High Level, because obviously High Level pays me a percentage. I think it's 40% for every affiliate that I bring in. So this can really become meaningful for me if that happens. And by the way, I will teach you how to become a successful affiliate for High Level as well to make money that way. And guess what? Now you'll be my sub affiliates. And so we'll both be making money together. And people that you onboard, they'll be your sub affiliates, which is an amazing opportunity for someone that wants to add just another additional revenue stream to what you're already doing here, which we'll be talking about as we dive deeper into the weekly webinar engine. Let's go. See you on the next one.